Lux your way with the Lux Cravings boxes from Taco Bell. There's the classic $5 box, the indulgent $7 box, and a whole new obsession in the $9 box, the flaming hot grilled cheese burrito. Try the Lux Cravings boxes at Taco Bell today.
The biggest contest we've ever seen.
Seriously, what's the guarantee?
They're still talking about it.
I think it's time to put the rumors to rest.
Showtime!
$30 million.
$30 million?
$30 million? $30 million?
That's $30 million guaranteed. 3 contests, multiple ways to win, no rate. Entry starting at $1,000. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere.
Check out the all-new Blue and Orange store at the Boise State Hall of Fame. The Blue and Orange store has your best game day gear. We're talking jerseys, hats, bumper stickers, car flags, more than 4,000 hats on the hat wall. If you want the best Boise State gear, make sure you check out the Blue and Orange store online at theblueandorangestore.com or the all-new Blue and Orange store down at the Boise State Allen Noble Hall of Fame.
Sunny days call for Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Made with real iced tea and real vodka. Refreshing and goes down smooth. Let the good times cruise with Sun Cruiser.
How's your day going?
Going good. Thank you again.
When I want Boise State to win, I trust Coach Rice to lead the Broncos to victory.
And when I want the best painting and garage floor coating, I trust rowpaint.com to get that job done right.
Hey Bronco Nation, this is Shannon Keegren with Boise State Softball. Summer in Idaho is the best time of year. Rodeos, camping trips, and the hikes that end in views you'll never forget. At Lithia Ford of Boise, we're here to get you there. With a team known for incredible customer service, the best new and pre-owned inventory, and a commitment to making your experience easy, friendly, and fast. But here's the best part. Every purchase here helps support Boise State athletics through their NIL partnership and athletic sponsorships. See you soon at Lithia Ford of Boise, where Ford begins in Idaho.
This is Bronco Nation News Live. The best interviews, the most informed opinions, the latest breaking news, all from the top Boise State insiders. Bronco Nation News Live is the only daily show that talks nothing but Boise State sports. And we do it with you. Give us your comments or questions in the ICCU YouTube chat. Or leave us a voicemail on the Signature Roofing voice inbox at speakpipe.com/BNN. BNN broadcasts come from the Sun Cruiser Studios. Sunny days call for Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Made with real iced tea and real vodka. It's refreshingly smooth and easy to drink. Crack open a Sun Cruiser and let the good times cruise. Bronco Nation News is presented by our title sponsor, Lithia Ford of Boise, and our major sponsors, Taco Bell, Idaho Central Credit Union, rowpaint.com, and the Blue and Orange store. At Lithia Ford of Boise, we're proud to stand with Boise State athletics. Through our NIL marketing partnerships, we're investing in the future of student athletes. Lithia Ford of Boise, here to get you there, wherever that may be. Lithia Ford of Boise, where Ford begins in Idaho. Broadcasting from the Sun Cruiser Studios, here's BJ Rains with another edition of Bronco Nation News Live.
What's up, Bronco Nation? How we doing? Happy Monday to you, July 27th here at Bronco Nation News, at bronconationnews.com. I am in the Sun Cruiser Studios. pick up a Sun Cruiser, whether it's the iced tea, vodkas, lemonade vodkas at your local Jackson's or Ridley's Family Markets today. My name is BJ Rains. We do this each and every weekday here on Bronco Nation News, on our YouTube channel, on our Facebook, on all of our social media channels. We are presented by our title sponsor, Lithia Ford of Boise. Lithia Ford, check them out, lithiafordboise.com for your new or pre-owned vehicles. We could not have Bronco Nation News, folks, without our friends at Lithia Ford of Boise, so check them out online, lithiafordboise.com. I am riding solo today, conflict for Brad Bedell, so we got a lot of fun stuff to get to. We got our memory of the 40th anniversary of the Blue. Don't forget to keep sending those in, rains@bronconationnews.com, and we will play one a day, assuming you guys keep sending them in all the way leading up to the Memphis game. And if you do submit a video of yourself talking about your favorite memory of the 40 years of the Blue Turf, it's got to be 40 seconds or less. It's got to be horizontal. Send it to us. We'll play one on the show every day, and then you get entered into a drawing to win a shadow box signed by Gene Blameyer with an official piece of the 1986 Blue Turf as well. So looking forward to that. I also want to play an interview with Leon Rice. I know some of you may have seen it, but I don't think a lot of you did. We do our Sunday evening show, Another Night Out West, with Tom Moser. We talk college basketball. Leon Rice came on with me and Tom last week, and it's on the YouTube page, but I don't think a lot of you saw it, and there was some good stuff on the basketball team. So we're kind of in this lull before football season gets going, and I thought today, since I have no co-host, it's a good day to hear from Leon Rice and talk a little basketball as well. But we do have a Bill Connolly interview, SP Plus rankings. That'll be coming on Wednesday. We're going to have Jay Tuss tomorrow as we continue our countdown of the 25 biggest questions and storylines. Last week, we finished up with number 9. How will the running back touches divvy out? Number 8, will turnover in the coaching staff help or hurt the Broncos? Some new coaches. Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? You can let us know what you feel. We may get to that later in the show. Also, we'll talk about that tomorrow with Brad Bedell. So, I guess Jay Tuss will be tomorrow. My days are all mixed here. But Brad Bedell, unfortunately, unable to join us today. Jay Tuss tomorrow. We'll have Johnny. We'll have Prater. And all gearing up for Banana Ball. Who's going? If you got your tickets, taking your kids, your family, hope to see some of you down there. It's going to be awesome. Wednesday, by the way, they're going to show us we'll get some videos and some pictures of the field and everything, because they are taking the media on a tour of the completed North End Zone project. So Wednesday, be ready for that. The media is going to get to go down with Nathan Burke and tour the North End Zone. We're going to get to go inside and see the suites and see the bar and the club. We'll have a ton of videos and social media posts for you coming on Wednesday of the completed new North End Zone project. It is pretty much done, folks, and they're going to let the media see it on Wednesday, and then it will be open for business, the first official event Friday for Banana Ball, when the tailgaters take on the party animals, and that'll be going on all day out in the parking lot, and then that'll be the first official event in the North End Zone space. So that's going to be a lot of fun this week. So we'll get you the tour, and then we'll get out there and check it out on Friday, and looking forward to seeing that. Hopefully everyone is staying safe today with the smoke. This is very unfortunate, sad stuff. I mean, these wildfires are no joke, and you certainly think about the impact on the the environment, and also just the wildlife, and if there's any homes around there. I mean, these wildfires in Oregon and Washington and Northern California, wherever they're all coming from. But if you're not in the Boise area today, it is hard to breathe. It's hard to go out there. It's this hazy, it's just nasty out there, folks. I went out there this morning for a minute, and it's just, it's just over 200 I saw today, and it's getting worse. Luckily, my son was able to get his baseball tournament in over the weekend. It got a little better on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. They did lose, for those asking, but it was a great season, heck of a run, and I'm proud of them. But Sunday, it came back and was just terrible. So yesterday was bad. Today looks even worse. So don't go outside if you don't have to, but it is just very unfortunate what's going on, but it is just really, really bad. And I know I saw Jay Tuss post a picture where there was like literal ashes on his car window. It's really bad right now. So hopefully the wind will change directions and the smoke will move out of here, and hopefully they can get those fires under control back there in Washington and Oregon, or wherever they're, Northern California, wherever this smoke's coming from, because it's really bad right now. So hopefully everyone is okay with that. But again, Bronco Nation News Live. Make sure you're subscribing on Facebook. Make sure you're subscribing on YouTube. We're trying to build this YouTube channel, folks. Help us get over 8,000. We've kind of stalled out a little bit here of late because there's no content going on in the summer, not as much stuff going on, not as much interest. The views for the shows aren't quite as high. Those will take off here once fall camp starts. We did get our Starlink in, so we're going to have the Starlink internet. We're going to have live, hopefully high-quality broadcasts down from the, outside the stadium there for practice, pretty much all fall camp. We'll have the live pregame and postgame shows from, Autzen Stadium and all the road games and things this year. So we have the Starlink. We are upgrading, hopefully, the internet, and that's in part to all of you guys that have subscribed. So we appreciate you. And I had somebody else ask me about the Paramount Plus subscription. If your subscription renewed, which I hope it did, I hope it does, hope you renew your subscription and you like what you're doing, that Paramount Plus subscription is now included. The first year, hopefully you guys will jump in right now. If you're not a subscriber, 50% off. The first year, if you take the discounted rate, it does not include the Paramount Plus subscription. If you want to go ahead and just do the full price and get the Paramount Plus included, that's great. It's still a 2-for-1, basically. You can cancel your Paramount Plus and for the same price, get both of them. But if you were one of the ones last year that subscribed and it renewed, then that now includes Paramount Plus. Just reach out to me. I did post something in the VIP message boards, but you can reach out to me if you're having trouble trying to find that. So you can make sure to reach out to me or just go to the message boards and find out how to link up your subscription or whatever. So appreciate those of you that have subscribed. Hopefully others of you will. And again, it's fall camp is starting. A lot of cool, a lot of stuff going on with fall camp. We're going to have a lot of cool, segments and coverage and all kinds of stuff. And so we would love to have all of you guys jump on board and become members of Bronco Nation News. So it's would really appreciate that if you guys do. And it's 50% off right now. And like I said, we've got over 10 people on our payroll that help host the shows and help do content, and we want to keep that going. And super excited about football season and some of the things we're going to do. So moving forward, we're excited about that and excited to tell you more about our coverage plans and things for the season. But if you can, subscribe now, 50% off, and we'll be excited for you to do that. Okay, ton to get to. Leon Rice, we got our 40th memory of the blue. We got our countdown. But as I mentioned, you are watching a free show here on YouTube. We appreciate Lithia Ford of Boise. Online at lithiafordboise.com. New pre-owned vehicles. Check them out. And they got some cool content coming with some of their other NIL guys here in August. And but Lithia Ford of Boise, our title sponsor, we could not do it without them, folks. Please check out lithiafordboise.com. I mentioned Sun Cruiser, our studio sponsor. Enjoyed some of those over the weekend. Got together with some friends, whether it's the iced tea vodkas, the lemonade vodkas, so many flavors, low calorie, no bubbles, and it's 4.5% alcohol there. So check them out. Sun Cruiser, your local gas station or grocery store. We had Maddox Madsen on the show last week at Media Day, and he is an ICCU member. So he is now a ICCU NIL athlete. He signed the deal and did a photo shoot. So you'll be seeing and hearing Maddox Madsen more and him talk about ICCU. So Idaho Central Credit Union, ICCU.com. There's a branch pretty much on every corner. And again, the easiest, that mobile eBank online banking right there in your smartphone. And they're now on board as an official sponsor of Boise State, an official sponsor of Learfield. You see their logo around there. Now they're stepping up in the NIL game as well with taking care of some players. So return favor, folks. And that's Idaho Central Credit Union, ICCU.com. Rowpaint.com, Andy Rowe and Company. We appreciate them for their support of Bronco Nation News, rowpaint.com. And whether it's those concrete coatings, interior, exterior painting, all that good stuff, rowpaint.com is who you need to check out to. And you can do that again at rowpaint.com. All your painting needs, check out rowpaint.com. All right, let's get to our 40 and 40 for today. Our man down in Florida, Ben Welch, sent us today's entry. And again, we want 40 years of memories in 40 seconds. You can go to collectbsu.com to see all their official Blue Turf merchandise, whether you want to buy a piece of the Blue Turf, you want to buy some other merchandise, collectbsu.com, official gear from Boise State athletes, the turf, equipment, lockers, chairs, duffel bags, all kinds of official gear that Boise State athletes are using. And the turf itself, you can now buy. There's even a piece of the goalpost you can buy that when the goalpost was torn down in the famous game against UNLV, they chopped that up and are selling it. So collectbsu.com, check out their website. And again, we are giving away a shadow box signed by Gene Blameyer, an official piece of the 1986 Blue Turf for anyone that sends in a memory. And we play it on the show, and then you get entered. So send it to me. Email me, rains@bronconationnews.com. And let's hear from our man, Ben Welch, with his entry for today.
Hey, BJ, Ben Welch from Tampa, Florida, for my 40 moments on the blue.
It was 2015, the reunion game with Coach Pete coming back. Great atmosphere. Everyone was very supportive and gave Pete his credit, which he deserved. The game was a great game. 2 NFL quarterbacks, 2 really good teams. And I think it was fitting that the field goal was missed just to the right to give us the win. Ultimately, I think it's nice because normally when legends leave, they don't normally come back, especially in college. So it was nice to be able to say thank you and also catch a win.
All right, Ben Welch, appreciate you for sending that in, man. Really appreciate your entry and appreciate you for watching from down there in Florida. And I do remember that game vividly. It was one of my first years. 2013 was my first year covering Boise State. So that 2015 game, Coach Pete had only been gone for a year, and there was so much buildup and hype to that game. And I remember even going down to Pac-12 Media Days down in the Hollywood studios and getting a one-on-one with Coach Pete and talking to him about coming back to the blue and all that. So, and then I remember that first time everyone was kind of waiting by that tunnel down there in the south end zone, I guess it was. And when Coach Pete kind of walked out for the first time, I believe wearing I believe it was a white jacket. It might have been purple. But when he walked out there and everybody saw him and the cheers and everything, and then you saw him and Hart, I mean, that was just a incredible scene. I believe it was a Friday night game to kick off the season. And Boise State was able to win the game there late. As he mentioned, there had been a missed field goal. So that was certainly a memory, and always nice to see new ones. No one's brought that one up yet. So thank you, Ben, for bringing that up. And again, email me, rains@bronconationnews.com, 40-second video of yourself talking about your favorite memory of the blue. And we will get that in there, and you can get entered to win that shadow box. So appreciate you for sending that. And those of you that already have, Luis, I think I saw your comment in here somewhere that you put one in. We will get that. There it is. I sent my 40 seconds or less. It wasn't recorded horizontally, but because we're such good friends, you should still show it. I will show it, Luis. I can edit it. It just takes more time. I will get it in there. It's just not going to be next because we got some others that did it right, but we will get to it and it will be played. But if you can, from now on, just try to send them horizontally if you guys can. Surf City Bill says Paramount Plus works great. It does. Yeah, it's pretty easy to sign up, and it's basically a 2-for-1 there. So if you are needing help with that, we can help you get your Paramount Plus subscription with that as well. I forgot to give the shouts today. Always appreciate seeing where everybody's watching from. Billy in Minnesota. Oh, there you go. We got S. Hartman watching from the Lou. All right. Go Cardinals. Got the Cubs tonight. There's Ben watching down from Tampa. Appreciate you for sending in the video, Ben. We got someone getting smoked out at Cole and Fairview. Yeah. Luis is at work watching us in Meridian. Appreciate you. Also, another person watching at work here, Hunter. Appreciate you as well. Don't get in trouble, guys, watching us at work. Escalon, California, checking in. Appreciate that. We got someone wanting a home and home with the Lobos. Is that football or basketball? We'll see what you're looking for there, but I would assume you're talking basketball. But yeah, we'll get to that. I would think they'll play them at some point. They're playing them this year in a neutral site game, and so I think that's a opportunity that Boise State would at some point want to do a home and home with and get some positive games. I don't know how quickly that'll be, but we got way out in Eagle, Jumpin' Idaho. Appreciate you watching from California. Appreciate you as well. So yeah, Robbie, I think did his vertical, but we played it, I believe. So all right, appreciate you guys for that. Leon Rice, he talked with me and Tom. It was a great interview. If some of you saw it, I apologize. You can come back in 15 minutes, but it was good stuff on the roster, on Ty Rogers, on this basketball team. So I thought it was worth playing again on the show, especially while we're on a day where I don't have a co-host. Thought it was a good day to play and hear from Leon Rice, this interview with Tom and I. We'll get to that in just a second. I do want to thank Taco Bell, TacoBellWorks.com, the SON Management Group, the Nicolason family. They just donated $1 million, folks, to Boise State. You can return the favor, and if you're looking to go get a delicious meal, an affordable meal, quick meal, it's Taco Bell. They've renovated a lot of their restaurants, and it's all fresh and clean, and ton of local locations in the Treasure Valley and beyond. And if you can go support a Treasure Valley location, again, thank them for their $1 million donation to Boise State. You can do that by visiting a Treasure Valley Taco Bell location today. Hey, you can still save $32 at Roaring Springs. Buy those 2 Coca-Cola products from Jackson's, an extra mile by Jackson's. Just go to Jackson's and buy 2 Coca-Cola products. You get the voucher, and you can use it and save up to $32 at Roaring Springs from our friends at Jackson's. And don't forget, they still got the 99-cent bigger fountain drink using your Let's Go Rewards app. Hey, Ridley's Family Markets, shop ridleys.com. Locations across the state. Just got that friendly feel when you walk into a Ridley's, and they are a locally owned company. You can, the owner lives right here in the Treasure Valley. You can support them. And if you're looking to go to the grocery store, think local, think Ridley's Family Markets. Do want to thank Element Fencing as well. They'll be sponsoring our defensive player of the game. Element Fencing, online, elementfencing.com. Whether it's decks, pergolas, they can do it all. 25 plus years in the fencing company. Brady and his staff are ready to help you build that perfect project from the ground up. Element Fencing. Check them out online at elementfencing.com. All right, Leon Rice, Boise State basketball coach. We can discuss the interview afterwards. We got some football stuff to get to, so plenty to get to. And I see some questions in there, so we will get to those. Got plenty of time, no hurry today, but I did want you to hear from Leon Rice, Boise State basketball coach, here on another night in the Mountain West, another night out west with Tom Moser and I. Again, tonight, by the way, Ali Farokhnamesh, the Colorado State coach, and Sundance Wicks, the Wyoming coach, are both going to join us tonight. So we have a special Monday edition of Another Night Out West, 8 o'clock tonight, right here on our channel. Make sure you come back and watch us, follow and subscribe to the other channel as well. It's just Another Night Out West is how you can find that. We're trying to build that channel up and get it over 1,000 subscribers so we can monetize that. But 2 more coaches tonight. Ali Farokhnamesh at Colorado State. You can hear about the Rams and their 4 starters that are returning. And then Sundance Wicks, the Wyoming head coach. We'll talk to him tonight as well. But here's a little taste from our show, and here's our interview with Leon Rice. Out west, we're talking Pac-12 basketball. We had a couple Mountain West coaches on last week, Tom. We get a chance, our first, it sounds weird saying it, Pac-12 coach, Leon Rice, joins us on the show, Boise State coach. Appreciate your time over the summer, giving us a few minutes here. How we doing?
We're doing great. It's been an exciting summer when you get a whole new group of guys, especially like the guys that we got. It's fun to get to know them. It's fun to watch them get to know each other and play together. And so it's been an exciting summer, but I was just talking to one of my old buddies that's a coach that's been around for a while. And, we're reminiscing about the days of not even be able to watch your players in the summer, let alone full-blown practices. So it's really changed in that aspect.
So you are about a month in, I think, to your summer program here. You got some key returners. You got some intriguing kind of new faces. I know you're a long ways away, thankfully for having to put 5 on a court in a game. But how do you feel overall right now about the group that you have?
Yeah, you always have questions, always at this time of year. And, I see some really good things. But when you're looking at a team and you have these questions, in the old days, I'd be like, well, I do know we have a known in Tyson Dagenhart will be an all-conference player. And so when you have an anchor that's already done it and been there, done it, and proven himself, it makes you feel pretty secure that you're going to have a good team. This team, I like a lot of the things I've seen, and I like the work ethic, how they're playing together. I talked about in the spring about getting hungry dogs. We got some hungry dogs. But the one thing we don't have is a bunch of guys that have been proven at this level yet. And so, that's a big difference.
Well, there's so much talk about all the newcomers, and for good reason, and we'll get to them in a little bit. But your returners, I think by some folks are getting overlooked a little bit. As you said, maybe they just haven't proven it in the stat category, in games or whatever in the past. But I know that's one of the reasons you guys are really excited about this team is some of the improvements you're expecting and next steps some of these guys are going to take. What does excite you about some of the guys coming back? And is there one guy that you think is more poised to just have a breakout season here than the others?
Well, I couldn't narrow it to one guy because I've walked out of here a lot of days, and on those different days, it was different guys. You're like, whoa, that guy looked good today. Or when you start to think, has he improved very much? Well, then he goes and has just a great day. And you're like, okay, I see it coming. And so it's been like all those returners have had those days where you're like, okay, there you go. I'm seeing it more and more. And that's usually the case. At practice, you just see it more and more and more. And then it becomes a consistent thing, and then it starts showing up in games more consistently.
Coach, let's talk about one of those newcomers you brought in. And normally in the summertime, no news is good news. So we got the opposite of that out of you guys about a month ago with the Ty Rodgers injury. He was a guy you were going to count on for leadership, veteran play, not necessarily to fill the stat sheet up, but do a lot of intangible things that help you win games. With him being out for a little bit of time here, what have you seen from some of these other guys picking up the slack in terms of that leadership? Have you seen that? Who's been the guys that kind of pick that up on the floor?
Yeah, and first I'll talk about Ty. I was fortunate to get to coach that U18 team with me and Tad Boyle and Mike Boynton. And congratulations to Mike Boynton, now the head coach of Michigan.
Yeah.
So, after winning a title there. And so, but the team we had was amazing. I mean, just amazing. And Ty Rodgers was a huge part of that team. And you look at those guys, most of them are in the NBA now, having success. Steph Castle, Jared McCain, Cam Whitmore, G.G. Jackson. I mean, it was a great basketball team. And like I said, I got to see Ty firsthand, and I got to see his character, his leadership, his toughness, his winning plays, like you said, all those things that have been a big part of the success of this program. We've had a lot of guys, you talk about Cardenas, you talk about Tyson and Max and, all those kind of guys that would just, Nick Duncan going all the way back. Those guys that just could make those winning plays, and those little things that don't show up in the stat sheet, but that's why you win, because you have guys like that. And so we brought Ty here for his, not just his basketball ability, but his leadership, his toughness, his character. Guess what? Because he has a knee injury, that doesn't go away. And that's what I told him. I was like, Ty, we brought you here for that other stuff. And the basketball stuff will come and we'll get him back. But man, he has been an amazing, unselfish leader because, the day after his injury, he was in the gym coaching him up. And I said to him, I'm like, hey, the good news about this injury for you, you've already proven it to me. When you're done playing basketball, and I hope it's a long, long time, you got a coaching job because he just gets it. He's great with people. He's got a great feel. High character guy. And so, but with him being hurt, it's forced us to really bring more out of the other guys that are out on the court. And so we have seen some growth there.
That's good. The guys like Rodgers, they count for me for a player and a half. It's almost like you have 5.5 guys on the floor because they're a coach on the floor. So looking forward to getting him back. Good to hear that he's still providing that leadership, even though he's banged up. One of your other newcomers that's drawing a lot of rave reviews, BJ showed me a soundbite of Pearson talking about him the other day, is Standback, Jaquarius Standback, the big guy in the middle. I guess he's listed at 6'8", 215. Freak athlete. Can he handle the 5 position in the Pac-12 here? Are you looking at him at the 4? What have you seen from the big guy so far?
Well, BJ's been around our program a long time, and we, Coach Linder, myself, Coach Wojcik, that first group I had that started this program, we started positionless stuff here 16, 17 years ago. And because I just wanted to go get good players instead of, we need a 5 man. He needs to be 7 feet tall. And, need is a terrible evaluator. Mm-hmm. So we wanted to evaluate and get good players, and then we'll sort it out and figure it out. And I think that's the kind of team we have because, you just kind of tilt your head like, well, what position is that guy? I don't know. Let's get him out there. And JQ is certainly that. I swear in the first practice, he blocked more shots than we had our entire team last year, all year. And then the other day, he only blocked about 3 at practice. And I went over to him like, hey, what's going on with you? How come you've only blocked 3 shots today? And he said, Coach, they don't come at me anymore. Yep. So it's nice. And, the Coach, Tom, this, the days of the charge are over. Mm-hmm. So to rim protect, you got to be able to, come over and alter some shots, block some shots. Yeah. Because, in the old days, you could, if you were a little undersized, you could be smart, take a charge at an opportune time, usually on one of their better players. But now it's nearly impossible to get a charge unless the other guy takes a running start from the other baseline. And so, I think that's where our length, we don't have a 7-footer per se, but we have a bunch of guys that are, like you said, 6'8", 6'9", long, good wingspans that can make some plays that way.
Leon Rice, our guest, Boise State head. Is this 17th year, Coach?
Yes, it is.
And is that the same, by the way, as Tad Boyle? Did you guys start at the same time?
Myself, Tad Boyle, Dana Altman, all in the West Coast. We all took the jobs.
Wow. I talked to Tad the other day and was writing the Colorado preview for Lindy's, and I was like, that sounds like 17 years. Sounds like this. I was like, I didn't realize you guys are close friends, obviously, and a lot of ties and stuff, and that's cool.
Yeah, and if you look at Tad, you'd think he'd been there 40 years. He just looks so much older than me.
Well, he's also been in, 3 leagues, the same league twice. And
yeah, true. This is his third league, just like me. Yeah, no doubt.
You're catching up, I guess, now here with number 2, though, with the Pac-12. But
this is my third. Don't forget that.
That's right, the 1 year. That's right. That's right. Yeah, the good old days. Damari Wheeler-Thomas, point guard, a lot of excitement around him. You guys got him signed very early. I think might have even been like the day of the Final Four or something. You guys announced that or he committed or something. It was real before the actual portals even opened, since he was a graduate guy. Just how big to get him in the mix early like that. And for fans that have watched your point guards the last several years, how is he similar, different than in terms of what he does than what you guys have had there?
Well, there is some similarities in the fact that he knows how to play the position. We've had some guys when we've had those guys like Alvaro, knows the position. Those guys are so. Lexus is another example. So maybe a little bit, in that mold because, he's a quarterback that's taken 92 games as the starting quarterback. I mean, that's a lot. So the experience is huge at that position, and he's got that, knows how to, run a team, knows how to be that point guard and leader. So valuable. So valuable, and he can shoot and score when he needs to and wants to. So he's got a good feel how to do both of those things and get a lot of people involved, but can go score. He can, when you need buckets, he can go get one.
Your new offensive coordinator, Will Voigt, bringing him in, I know it was kind of right place, right time, and he had some ties here with his kids being here, and I mean, he obviously coached the number 1 pick in the draft and did some great things offensively at BYU. How exciting to get him. And I heard him on with your friends Johnny and Prater last week here in Boise, and he was talking about it's going to be a much different looking offensive style than what maybe people are used to seeing around here. And I know you have your principles and things that won't change with what you guys do there, but in terms of what this is going to look like and adapting to the talent that you have, how can you maybe in layman's terms explain what fans should expect from the offense this year?
Yeah, and I think it goes back to almost, like when we had Linder here and we played that positionless, that one, we played one of those Texas schools and scored 116 points. And, I was like, God, that was good offense. Let's go back and look at that and see what the heck we did. And we didn't run one play. We just knew how to play together, get each other open, how to attack, how to move the ball. And so it'll be a little bit more like that. And then, as we go forward and start to, shape lineups and different combinations, we'll adjust to them. And when we learn their strengths, we adjust that way. But like you said, we have our principles. We're going to be great ball movers. That's a standard of this program.
Better rebound too.
Yep. We are going to be tough rebounders. I think this team could be a better offensive rebounding team than the ones we've had, because we've got numbers too. A lot of guys that are, similar. So we can kind of come at you in waves, I think, a little bit.
Coach, I want to ask you about a more college basketball centric question right now. Some big news over the weekend. Your good buddy Mark Few took a blow when his point guard decided to go back to Spain, and we're spoiled over here, and we're not used to it happening to our programs, right? Like, we're the programs that go and get guys whenever we want them, and we don't usually lose them. So, I mean, I guess that would be like equal to you guys losing a Davidas, if that's how you pronounce it. If Butka would decide in 2 weeks he's headed back over to Eastern Europe, it puts you in a really bad spot. I mean, I'm sure you haven't really talked to Coach, although I know his son is on your staff. How do you deal with that in terms of like piecing? Is that just a gamble you have to take when you get guys from over there? Do you have protections in place? What are your thoughts on how the landscape just kind of changes week over week here?
Yeah, that's one way to put it. It does. It changes daily. And so it's just, we always just got to keep evolving and keep, what's next, figure it out, because stuff like this is more common than not nowadays, and Mark has done a great job of always kind of evolving and figuring it out. And, they'll be fine. I know it's a big loss, but they'll find a way, and they got a lot of other good players in that program. But they've developed him and they've moved him up, and there was a lot that they were going to count on with him, but they'll adjust just like they always do. But it's the new reality of, when I left Yakima to go to Gonzaga, I remember thinking, well, I'm glad I'm in a position where I don't have to recruit a whole team every year and start over every year like you had to do in junior college. That's where we are.
Mm-hmm.
When my best junior college teams were I got guys in August and early September, and those were the best players I got in that had guys that had played for me there. And so kind of was used to that. I think that's what we're back to now. You just gotta step up, get in the batter's box and look at pitches and keep like, oh, here comes another one. I got to try to hit this one. But it's never going to stop. And the rules and stuff have to change for us to all get some stability. It's not good for programs. It's not good for fan bases. It's not, you want to have a Tyson Dagenhart that you watch for 4 years and that you know, and that you get to embrace. And then he gets to embrace the community and have a home. That's what's cool about this. And that's what's great. Mark, what we did at Gonzaga and what he's still doing there is those players that played there always feel like that's their home. It's that way here. My former players, this is their home, and they can always come back to it. They go play overseas. Maybe they get injured. Well, they come back here and rehab and work with our guys and pour into our program. And that's why you stay somewhere for a long time, to have those relationships. And that's what's neat about this place. That's what's neat about Gonzaga. Duke is like that. There's great programs that have had stability like that. And it's really special for the players. And so we have to change some rules where there is a little more stability and a little more sanity.
Yeah, because it like you lose that when you only have when 80% of your guys are only there for 1 or 2 years. Yeah, it's unfortunate because when you started, that's how it was. That's how I grew up watching the sport. But all right, let me ask you one more, Coach. I want to go to the non-con. 4 fewer conference games now. You're going to go from 20 last year to 16 this season. You got a nice little mini 4-team event there where you're going to play New Mexico and Santa Clara on a neutral. You got the big one against Nebraska. So you got a few quad ones in there. How do you feel about how that non-con is shaping up? Do you have any spots left? Has it been tough to fill with needing those 4 extra games? What are your thoughts overall on where the schedule stands?
Yeah, it's all, scheduling is so important, and it's always been one of the hardest things, especially in places like Boise where we are isolated. You're an East Coast guy. You can drive a 100-mile radius and you're going to run into 10 schools. We drive 300-mile radius. We don't run into one. So it's harder to get, the inventory's not there. And so now you got to get 4 more. It's pretty tough. And I've got a master scheduler in Bernie. There's a reason why our numbers are always right. And there's a reason why we're, always right there on the bubble, always right there for an at-large, because we're aggressive schedulers. And, we've got, you mentioned those games, but we also have Butler coming here. We're at Wichita State. We have, you're playing a lot of great teams, and that's the way you got to do it. And so we're attacking it with that mentality again.
And Coach, the Pac-12, you mentioned it, but now, obviously it's finally here. We've been talking about it for a year, thinking about it, what the teams are going to look like, the league, the format for the conference tournament, where's the conference tournament going to be at, all this kind of stuff. It's now, it's here. So just what do you think of year one, the Pac-12 men's basketball and how it's shaping? We're seeing even teams like Oregon State spending a lot of money and putting together rosters, and Fresno's, doing some things with Vance coming back. It doesn't seem like it's going to be like a year or two ago where you had a couple games where I know you had to play good every game, but there's certainly, it looks like a step up in competition, and the floor at the bottom may not be what it was in the Mountain West.
Yeah. And, we want to keep elevating this thing. it was really neat with that thing we did here to kind of welcome the Pac-12 into Boise and make it a kind of a big announcement day. And it got me excited. I was kind of like, oh, wow, it's here. Because, we've been talking about it and talking about conference change forever. And so you're just kind of going along doing your business and doing your same thing. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, this is going to be fun. And it's great for me, a new thing and new excitement. You got the regional rivalries that people will love with Washington State, Oregon State, Gonzaga, Boise State. People will like that a lot. And, I grew up a fan of Northwest sports and a fan of the Pac-12. I would love to go watch those kind of games. And I think all the fans here and at those schools all feel that way also. So some great new rivalries, great new opportunities. And, so I think it's going to add some more excitement into Extra Mile Arena.
And I guess final question, Coach, to wrap this all up, your team, you obviously trying to, push forward and make it a historic year. It's a new league, and I know you have big goals and things you want to accomplish here. I mean, how do you, again, I know it's middle of July, there's a lot to be figured out, but just how do you sum up the last, the first 10 minutes of this chat talking about your team in terms of just how you feel about this team? And obviously it didn't start or end the way you would have liked to have last year. And so how do you just feel about this group being, that group and pushing forward and doing things that haven't been done here before? Because obviously in the league schedule, I mean, a top half finish would be for any team is going to be something to be proud of in this league. I mean, it's not going to be easy at all, but how do you feel this group stacks up, you think, to reaching some of the goals you guys hope to reach?
Well, like you said, I mean, think about this. Our league has had a team in the national championship game, 3 out of the last 10 years with San Diego State, Gonzaga. And I mean, the national championship game, this is a heck of a basketball league now. And it's going to be some epic battles. Now, the thing I love about my team is they're workers. They're high character guys. They're, there's a level of athleticism maybe that we haven't had at every position like we have. So that will be a fun team to coach, a fun team to watch. And, because we're going to get after it pretty good. And that's what I wanted with this group. And I definitely think that's what we went out and got.
Well, Coach, appreciate your time. Another night out west, and I will. You'll see some of these quotes in a Lindy's magazine near you as well coming up in the fall here. We got last year's. Pearson was on the cover last year. We'll see if we can find a way to get somebody locally on the cover here this year.
And that is a basketball family tradition. When those magazines start coming out, when Lindy's comes out, me and my boys would run down to the store and get them, and they're just fun to peruse what everybody's got, and
fun to laugh at how wrong the predictions are later on, but
well, now you can't even laugh about how can you predict who's going to do what? I mean, sometimes some teams have more coming back, but you can never know anymore those predictions, the preseason predictions, because who they brought in, how they're going to react to each other, injuries, all those kind of things that are factors that really have
some of these coaches aren't they're like, hey, can we wait 2 weeks? I don't know who's eligible yet. I don't know who we have. My deadline's next Monday. So I appreciate you at least being willing to talk this week, because I'm trying to get as many of these done as I can, because even Dutcher and some of these guys are like, I don't know who is on my team yet. It's mid-July.
It's different time. Yeah. And I think it's going to be a fun team to watch and a fun, style to watch with, we're not throwing the baby out with the bathwater, because we went on a 4-year stretch of averaging about 25 wins. I mean, there's a lot of, that doesn't happen by accident or by luck.
You still got 20 last year.
Yeah, we got exactly. So, but our standard keeps getting raised, and we want to keep moving that direction. And so, those things that allowed us to win a lot of games are still going to be in the program. We just adjust to the players we have. And this, like I said, this can be a fun team to watch.
Well, having hard workers is a good start. So I like that.
Absolutely.
I think this is your first live appearance on this show, Coach. A lot of times I played some taped interviews and stuff, but hopefully if you get a a big win over Gonzaga or somebody, San Diego State next year, you can pop on post game with Tom here and break it. We're not the Field of 68, but we got our own little niche West Coast version of the Field of 68 with those guys. And I think Tom can rival those guys, and hopefully we can make that happen next year.
You got it. And we love what you guys do, and it's great that you got a coach on there. So get the
trying to educate BJ on some his biased takes on Kansas or Boise. That's it. We need to expand it. So that's what I'm here for.
There is no such thing as a non-biased opinion. So everybody's got their bias. It's I think he does a great job of trying to stay neutral, but nobody's ever going to be neutral.
He does a great job. I'm just busting.
Yep. Which I appreciate. Yeah.
Thanks, Coach. We'll talk to you, Leon Rice.
Okay, guys.
Coach.
Have a great day.
You too.
All right, Leon Rice, appreciate him for jumping on. We'll discuss that interview here in a second, but do want to thank the Blue and Orange Store online, theblueandorangestore.com. Check them out. The Blue and Orange Store, if you're looking for Boise State gear, officially licensed coaches apparel, all that good stuff. The Blue and Orange Store. Check out theblueandorangestore.com. We got Signature Roofing as well. Signature Roofing online at mysignatureroofing.com. Signature Roofing, you can check them out online, mysignatureroofing.com. If you're looking to buy, get a new roof, get a repair to your roof, inspection, estimate, all that goods. They got you covered at Signature Roofing, again, online at mysignatureroofing.com and speakpipe.com/BNN. You can leave us a voicemail. We would love to hear some of those as well. Matt Bauscher Real Estate, #1 ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley is Matt Bauscher and Bauscher Real Estate. Check them out online at bauscherrealestate.com if you're looking to buy or sell a home. Do what the Raines family did. We went with Matt and his team. Tremendous customer service every step of the way. Matt fought for top dollar for our sale, helped get all kinds of credits and deals, when we bought a home. So Matt Bauscher, he's the guy you need to reach out to, again, at bauscherrealestate.com. And by the way, with the Blue and Orange Store, they've got some pretty cool banana ball shirts. If you're looking for some new gear, baseball on the blue, you can get some new shirts to commemorate the event this weekend. Baseball on the blue. And if you're looking to get some new gear, whether you want the Party Animals gear or the Tailgaters, or if you want to just have something neutral with a Boise State logo on it to commemorate this day and this event, you can do that. Again, baseball in the blue. Get those shirts from the Blue and Orange Store and online at theblueandorangestore.com. All right, back here on Bronco Nation News. Let's see what we got here. Dylan says, great questions. Thank you. Thanks, Coach Rice. All right, Ty Rogers, are we using a red shirt for him? So the Ty Rogers situation, and apparently I think I saw BSU Bill in here say that, and please enlighten me, BSU Bill, because I think folks know that you are somehow connected to the program, or whether it be as Lyle Smith or a booster or friends with somebody, but BSU Bill usually knows what's going on. It sounds like we may not be done adding to the roster James White or David Okwara. What are you hearing, BJ? I have heard the name James White. I'll just throw that out there. Don't know how likely it is. Don't know how possible it is. James White was at New Orleans, averaged like 19 points a game or something pretty good at New Orleans. His name was mentioned in the gambling scandal last year, but the other three players, I believe, on his team were kicked out or kicked off or banned from college basketball. But I believe that James White got cleared from all the charges. Now, why is he still available? Why is he not signed with a team on July 27th? I have no idea. But if you were able to somehow get a guy that's averaging close to 20 points a game last year in late July or early August, that would be an incredible addition. I mean, he was a guy a lot of people wanted back when they were adding to the roster in March and April. I mean, he was a big name everyone was talking about. His name was linked to Boise State. Like, oh, you can get a guy that's averaging 20 points a game at New Orleans. Yeah, that'd be huge. And for whatever reason, it didn't happen then. And it hasn't happened with him anywhere. He is still available out there. And Dylan says, don't get a gambling guy. He got acquitted. He got all the charges were dropped, and he is eligible to play. My understanding is he was found to be not involved or whatever, and they cleared him. So maybe I'm wrong on that. I don't know if that's still a red flag, why teams are not signing him or not, but why a guy like that is still out there and available on July 27th certainly does raise some questions. But if you're able to get him at this point in the offseason and he was available and you want to get him, it'd be huge. People are asking about insurance. I don't know, folks. No one's really wanting to talk about it at Boise State. I've asked, I've tried. I don't know how these deals work. I don't know if they have insurance provisions. Sometimes coaches will ask players to rework their deal. You could get, maybe you say, hey man, we're supposed to give you $1 million, or, would you take $500,000 this year since you're sitting out anyway, so we can go try to get somebody else. I don't know if that happened. I mean, there's different ways you can do it. Some deals might have insurance, some don't. I mean, if I'm Ty Rodgers and I'm taking $1.2 million or whatever he's getting, I don't know the exact number. Like, do you feel guilty at all if they aren't able to get anybody? So maybe are you willing to take less and can they try to go get somebody? I don't know. Maybe they have a full insurance and now they have over $1 million to go spend. I really don't know, to be honest with you. But I do know that James White was a guy they had interest in back in April. Don't know if he visited. Don't know what happened. My understanding is he may have visited in the last couple of weeks, or at least some conversations have renewed there with him. And then David Okwara is the kid from Australia that played on Max Rice's team. He was a guy that's been talked about for months, back going into January, February, March. He's like 23 years old. He makes like $350,000 playing in Australia. He's a big, thick 6'10" guy that's like a grown man, 23 years old. But by the current rules, I believe still has 1 year of college basketball left to play, and he could come back over here and double his salary for a year and possibly try to reignite his hope of going to the NBA. He was at one time seen as like a possible draft pick and had NBA hype around him, went and played in Australia. And David, would be a guy that I think they had interest in at one point. Obviously, the Max Rice connection would be, one that would really help there. There was some BYU buzz with David Okwara also, but they just signed a Lithuanian guy or got a commitment from a Lithuanian guy, so I believe he's out as well. So David Okwara would be another big guy. I don't know if that's necessarily the position they need, but if you can go get another center who's 23 years old, that would be that'd be massive. What is my take on the basketball team this year? Well, again, it kind of depends. Do they go get somebody or not? I do think that the Ty Rodgers injury was a huge blow, but I think they're really high on Damari Wheeler-Thomas, really high on Stanback, really high on Butka and some of the guys they brought in, Jakani Dieng. And then I think they think Pearson Carmichael is going to be a lot better. I think they feel like Julian Bowie is going to be a lot better after he sat out last year. NATO is going to take another step. Spencer Aarons, call me a homer, I guess, but there's a lot of things I still like about this team. So are they going to, win the Pac-12? Certainly with Gonzaga, San Diego State, Utah State, that's going to be tough. But is this a team that should still be competitive most nights and have a chance to have a decent season? I don't see why not. They did a nice job getting some of these guys in the portal. The Ty Rodgers injury was a huge blow, no doubt about it. Obviously was going to be one of their best players. And that was a big blow. So if they're able to replace him at the last minute, that'd be huge. We still don't know if he's out for the season. Is he coming back in January? There's a lot of uncertainty around that, in terms of what his situation is. I believe this is his 5th year already, so I don't think Ty Rodgers would be eligible for one of these 5-and-5 things for next year. But maybe there's another chance at a medical hardship waiver. I don't really know all the details with Ty Rodgers, but he obviously already had a knee injury that caused him to sit out an entire season. So he sat out an entire season already. So if he has to miss another one, I just don't know how that would work. Obviously tough blow with him and the injury. If they're able to use the money, we'll see. Again, if BSU Bill's still in the chat, maybe let us know what you're hearing, because he seems to have a pretty good eye on things, and things I've heard he usually hears as well. So we'll keep looking into it. This is not something Boise State, I think, is trying to be super public about. If they find somebody, great. If they don't, maybe that they're not that worried about it. I don't know. But there's not a lot of people wanting to talk about this right now. So maybe they're fingers crossed trying to get something done. I don't exactly know all the details. A little nervous for Leon this year. Hope I'm wrong. Yeah, Dylan, there is some pressure, no doubt, to miss out on the tournament last year and to have the tournament expanding to 76 teams this year. I think this is certainly a year where you'd like to see some progress and like to see him get back to the NCAA tournament. Is there a minimum number of wins or a minimum accomplishments they have to do, or he's gone? I don't think so, but certainly, if you want to, feel good about where this thing's going, and we've talked about it plenty on here. Obviously, a lot of you have very high expectations for this basketball team, and rightfully so, but winning the Pac-12 is just not going to be, probably not going to be an option this year. And I think you could still finish 4th or 5th in the Pac-12 and have a pretty good season based on the teams that are in this conference this year. So we'll see if they can get somebody. We'll keep looking into it, but appreciate Leon for joining us. And again, tonight, you can join us 8 p.m. tonight. Hope you come back and watch the show. Typically it's on Sundays at 8, but it is tonight at 8 p.m. I will be co-hosting with Tom, and we're going to have Ali Farouk-Namesh, Colorado State coach, and also Sundance Wicks, the Wyoming coach. And both those guys are good dudes. And so if you like basketball in the Pac-12, the Mountain West, want to just think about some off-season hoops or just get bored tonight at 8 p.m. with nothing else to do, feel free to jump on in tonight, 8 p.m., another night out west. Looking forward to you joining us tonight as well. So appreciate you guys for watching the show. Thanks a lot today. And we'll get back to hardcore football talk tomorrow. Jay Tust will join us. We'll get into our countdown about the coaching staff, some changes there, what that's going to mean for the Broncos. And again, a lot of football talk coming. We're less than, we're pretty close, guys. We're less than 10 days, I think, from the start of fall camp. It starts middle of next week. So looking forward to getting out there practice. We'll fire up the Starlink, have some live broadcast down at Boise State pretty much on a daily basis. So we're going to be rocking and rolling with fall camp here before you know it, but wanted you to hear that basketball interview since we hadn't played it yet on this show. So appreciate you guys for checking us out. Again, go subscribe, BroncoNationNews.com. You can subscribe at BroncoNationNews.com, 50% off right now. And then when it does renew at the full price next year, you get that Paramount Plus subscription included as well. But if you want daily practice reports, who are we seeing that stands out at practice? You want some inside info on practice, inside info on recruiting on this team. Now is the time, folks. 50% off. Jump on to BroncoNationNews.com. A lot of our content in the fall is going behind the paywall. So jump in now, subscribe, and we'd appreciate it if you help us out because we're going to be stepping up the coverage this year in terms of shows and travel and everything else. And we'd love to have you help us out here. Our sponsors do a great job. That's the number one way you can help us out is just support the sponsors. We've told you about them throughout the show. Go support them. Tell them you're supporting them because of BNN. That really does make a big deal. If you buy a roof from Signature, all of our sponsors or Signature Roofing, or you, whether it be Taco Bell or Lithia or Jackson's, let us know and let them know that you went to them and you thank them for supporting BNN. But throw it in the chat, throw it on Instagram, social media. We'll make sure we let them know. And that does go a big way in helping them renew and things like that. So if you like this free shows, you like the free pregame show, the free postgame shows, the interviews and things, those have to happen, thanks to our sponsors and you supporting them because that's what makes these shows able for us to monetize them on YouTube and keep them free. But another way you can do that is to subscribe at BroncoNationNews.com, get all the 24/7 sports content as well. And that helps us to be able to pay all of our hosts and all of our travel and everything. So excited for a fun year. Football, roll right into basketball. The Pac-12 era is going to be excited. It's going to be awesome. And looking forward to Banana Ball with my kids this weekend. Hope to see a lot of you down there as well. And we'll talk more about that later in the week. I think we're going to have a guest on and talk about the stadium and the North End Zone and Banana Ball and stuff. So have a great rest of your day. Go support the sponsors. Go subscribe, BroncoNationNews.com. Go chat in the message boards. We'll see you there. The VIP board and the regular basketball and football boards. We're going to get those popping here as we get going into fall camp with a lot of great inside info and things. So thank you guys. Have a great day. And we'll see you at 9 a.m. tomorrow. But first, we'll see you at 8 p.m. tonight for another night out west. Bronco Nation News from the Sun Cruiser Studios, presented by our title sponsor, Lithia Ford of Boise. My name is BJ Rains, and this is Bronco Nation News and BroncoNationNews.com. Take care, everybody.